Hello everyone, this is me, Adrian Syal. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Adrian Syal. My student ID is B1024201011. I'm a student of Management International class, Faculty of Economy and Business, Universitas Tanjungpura. So I hope all of you in a good condition, because I'm in a good condition today. So the reason why I attend today's class is because I want to widen my knowledge for today's topic discussion. So the topic we're going to discuss today is worker, job, and job analysis. In this topic, we will discuss about workforce composition, which is becoming more diverse based on race, ethnicity, age, gender, and other life components nowadays. Since nowadays, diversity management focuses on organizational effort to ensure that all people are valued regardless of the differences. We are also going to talk about what is job design, type of job design, and how we done a job analysis in company or organization. Okay, so before we jump into our main topic, there is a HR headline. So there is a HR headline on chapter 4 on book Human Resource Management by Mathis and John H. So the first question is, why must job be balanced with work-life issues? So workforce demographic of employee indicate that organization must adjust to the fact that employee want to increase the flexibility in their work to accommodate the life outside the job. The balance of job with work-life issue is done to reduce stress and help prevent burnout in the workplace. This is also will help worker to enjoy the work. Balancing worker job with technology and flexibility in work schedule and location is likely to increase in importance, affecting both organizational and individual performance. The next question is, what is the HR headline about, and what can you get from reading the HR headline? So HR headline is talking about work-life balancing. So what I get from reading that headline is, I know many employees need organization to increase their flexibility in work. The reason employee want flexibility is because the most of their job don't require them to be in office all the time, and they have to travel a long distance or long commutes. With technology advancement, work already can be done by work from home method. So this will increase the flexibility in work. In the HR headline, I also found that the goal of finding a balance between work and work-life issue is to improve work performance. The third question is, what does the HR headline teach me? So the HR headline teach me that how important it is to balance a job with work-life issues, where this is done with the main purpose of improving work performance for both organizational and individual. The balance that refer here can be between work with the technology, as well as flexibility in the schedule and location of work. After HR headline, we are gonna jump into our main topic discussion, which is we're gonna discuss about worker, job, and job analysis. So first of all, before we understand about worker, job, and job analysis, we are gonna understand what is a workforce composition. So workforce composition is a total number of worker employed by a company on a specific job, project, and etc. Workforce composition is becoming more diverse based on race or ethnicity, age, gender, and other life components nowadays. Because diversity management on company or organization nowadays focus on organizational effort to ensure that all people are valued regardless of their differences. There is some tangible indicator of diversity must the employee consider. So the first one is race or ethnicity. The second one is national origin or immigration. Third one is age or generational difference, gender, man or woman, marital and family status, sexual orientation, disability, and religion. There is some tangible indicator of diversity that employee must consider include. A lot of people must be asking, if we hiring a diverse worker, what contribution that they can give to our business? The first one is diversity allow new talent and new idea from employee from different background, which can enhance organizational performance. The second one is diversity help recruiting and retention because protected class individual often prefer to work in an organization with coworker of various demographic. The third one is diversity allow for an increase of market share because customer can be attracted to purchase product and services with varied demographic marketing activities. The fourth one is diversity can lead a lower cost because there may be a fewer discrimination lawsuits. When we are talking about diverse worker, there is something called a gender workforce diversity and immigrant worker. What is that? So gender workforce diversity in the workplace refers to the equal ratio of men and women working together. To have a productive working environment, an equal ratio of men, women, and other gender is required. Gender diversity signifies that men and women are higher at a balanced rate. They both are equally paid and appreciated. And an immigrant worker is a person who migrates within a home country or outside it to pursue a work. With the growth in racial ethnic immigrant projected to increase with likelihood of more change in immigration law, HR professionals will have to monitor and manage the immigrant issue as it applies to both company and industry. Since we are talking about workforce composition and a worker, there is some references video for you guys to understand about type of a worker. The first video is this. So the first video is talking about the 7 type employee in a company. The video is telling me there is several type of employee in companies such as temporary worker. Typically a worker or a person they can keep a job and often change his or her job. The second type is 459 club employee is a worker who always leave a company before the time that have been set by the employer. The third type is a resume builder. It's the type of worker that getting into the job to build a resume, so they usually not gonna be a long-term employee. The fourth type is an effective lone ranger. It's the worker that can get every task and job done alone. The fifth type is team player. Is a worker that great for team and who is ready and available for the team. Number 6 are reliable leader. Is an executive and director would do every job and manage the team well. They will lead well and be a reliable leader for the other employee. And the last one is entrepreneur. Is the worker who treat a company as their own. They think like a founder of the company. What can I learn from this video is, in this video I learned about several types of employee, and I learned that every single type of employee is important, or maybe they just need time to upgrade themselves. If we become an HR manager or boss, we must know which type of our employees can be categorized and which employee that can become the future of our company, so we know which one of the employee is worth to be developed so they will be a good employee and leader in our company. The second and the third video is this. Both of the video is talking about the same thing, which is talking about type, meaning and type of color jobs. So what this video teach me is, a color job is the classification of worker based on their occupation. Type of color job is white, gold, green, red, blue, black, pink, gray, yellow, orange, brown color job. This video also teach me what is the characteristic of each type, so they can consider as each color job. What can I learn from this video is, I learned that white job color is a job that non-manual job whose work in a knowledge intensive and non-routine and unstructured. For example, accountant, salespeople, banker, and etc. Blue job color is manual worker for industry or shop floor worker. The third one is pink job color worker. It's referred to a woman's worker such as sales executive, writers, beautician, and etc. Next is gold collar worker refer to highly skilled, knowledgeable people such as doctor, lawyer, and so on. The next is black collar worker is referred to those whose color become black by the nature of their job, like mining or the oil industry. Next is gray collar worker refer to those worker who work beyond the age of retirement, like security, IT professional, and etc. Green collar worker is a worker who are employed in the environmental sector of the economy. There is also red collar worker refer to a government worker of all type. Next is yellow collar worker is the people in a creative field. Meanwhile, orange collar worker refer to prison laborer. And lastly is brown collar worker, which is indicate to individuals who are member of a state armed forces. After we are talking about the worker, next we're gonna talk about a job. So, what is the nature of a job and work is? One way to visualize an organization is as an entity that takes inputs from the surrounding environment and then through some kind of work turn those input into a good or services. Work is an effort directed toward accomplishing the result, and the job is a grouping of tasks, duties, responsibility that constitute the total work assignment for an employee. There is something called BPR or Business Process Reengineering. What is that? So Business Process Reengineering is the fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business process resulting from the organization's available resources. The purpose of business process reengineering is to improve such activities as product development, customer service, and service delivery, and etc. BPR consists of 3 phases. The first one is rating. The rating is examine how the current organization of work and job affect customer satisfaction and service. The second one is redesign. Redesign is analyze how jobs are put together and the workflow and how results are achieved, then redesign the process as necessary. The third one is retail. Look at the new technology, equipment, computer, software, and etc. as opportunity to improve productivity, service quality, and customer satisfaction. When we are talking about job, there is something called job design. What is a job design? Job design is a process of determining the specific task to be performed, the method used in carrying out the task, and the way the job related to the other job in the organization. 3 major reasons why the job design receive attention is, namely, the first one is job design can influence performance in certain job, especially those where employee motivation can make a substantial difference. The second one is job design can affect job satisfaction because people are more satisfied with certain job element than other. Identifying what makes a good job become critical. Reduce turnover and absenteeism and also can be linked to effective job design. The third one is job design can impact both physical and mental health. Problem they may require assistance such as hearing loss, back-ache, leg pain, stress, high blood pressure, and even heart disease sometimes can be traced directly to the job design. Next question is mention some characteristic of people in a job. Characteristic of a job is takes, authority or responsibility, policies or procedure, tools, variety, time requirement, social opportunities, working condition, and stress. And the characteristic of people is motivation, interest, energy level, personality variable, satisfaction predisposition, physical characteristic, honesty, conscientiousness, and intelligence. There are several types of worker in a firm. The first one is full-time employee. Full-time employee is a person or employee that work a minimum number of hours defined as such by their employer. The second one is a part-time employee. Part-time employee is a worker that has fewer hours per week for work than a full-time employee. They work in shift. The third one is independent contractor. Independent contractor is a person, business, or company that provide good or service or perform work under a written contract or oral agreement. The fourth one is temporary worker, are a worker that contracted worker who perform a job for only a short amount of time. The fifth one is contingent worker. Contingent worker is someone who is not an employee but a temporary part-time worker for a specific period of time and type of work. When we are talking the relation between job and a worker, there is something called the person-job fit and job-person match. What is a person-job fit? Person-job fit is individual assessment of the suitability of the employee ability with the demand of the job as well as the suitability of individual needs and what the job can provide to the employee. So it matching characteristic of people with the characteristic of job. Next is a job person match. Meanwhile, a job person match is a process of matching the right person to the right job based on individual inherent motivational strength. There is some term that must be understood by us if we want to understand about job and worker. The first one is job enlargement and enrichment. Job enlargement is involved broadening the scope of a job by expanding the number of different tasks to be performed. And job enrichment is increasing the depth of a job by adding responsibility for planning, organizing, controlling, and evaluating the job. The second one is job rotation. Job rotation is a technique used by some employee to rotate the work and assign their employee during their tenure. The third one is the job sharing. Job sharing is a work arrangement in which two people or sometimes more are retained on a part-time basis or unreduced time basis to perform work normally filled by one full-time employee. The fourth one is characteristic of job. Characteristics of the job are a feature that indicate that a thing is a job. The five job characteristics are skill variety, task variety, task significant autonomy, and feedback. The fifth one is job analysis. Job analysis is a systematic way of gathering and analyzing information about the context, content, and human requirement for a job. The sixth one is a job specification. A job specification is a statement of the minimum qualification required to perform a job in accordance with the job description requested. To understand about a job characteristic, there is a figure on a book, Human Resource Management by Mathis and John H on page 119. So there is a 5 job characteristic model, which is skill variety, task identity, task significant autonomy, and feedback. This job characteristic affects several psychological states, namely skill variety, task identity, and task significant effect of the meaningfulness of work. Autonomy stimulates experience, responsibility, and feedback provide knowledge for a result. And each of the characteristics is done to get a desired outcome, which is motivation, performance, and satisfaction in an organization. After we're talking about work in the job, we must know why is a job and work scheduling is very important. So job and work scheduling are done to create an order and a flow to a business or organization. If work scheduling is done, everyone will be know when they supposed to work, which allow them to focus on their job. And proper scheduling ensure that the important tasks are covered at an appropriate time. The main purpose of the scheduling is to enhance and develop performance both for organizational and the individual. The next question that I will discuss in this video is, what is telework? What are telework advantages for employer? What do I know about work flexibility and scheduling? And do I agree if my employee work at home? Why or why not? The first one is What is a telework? Telework means employee work with a technology via electronic telecommunication and internet means. For business impact, telework advantage is to improve business and employee productivity, reduce organizational costs, and provide work service at varied hours and etc. For employee impact, telework advantage is to aid individual retention and reduce turnover, expand employee recruitment area, and may enhance employee job satisfaction and so on. Flexible work schedule allow organization to make a better use of worker by matching work demand to work hours. This is done to aid recruiting and retaining key staff member. I would agree if my employee working at home, because I think with work at home, employee would reduce time on the road to work. This will create a job satisfaction. This will also have a greater productivity, and in this pandemic era, this would help government to prevent distribution of COVID-19. But I will also not recommend to do work at home for a full year. It will be mixed with work in the office to build a relation and communication between the employee. After we're talking about worker and job, there is a job analysis. So there is a figure on book Human Resource Management by Robert L. Mathis and John H on page 125. This figure is explained about job analysis in perspective. So there is some method that can be used to a job analysis, like questionnaire, interview, observation, and log or diaries. Sort of the data for the job analysis can be from employee, supervisor, manager, job, and job analyst. And all of the data is conducted by job analyst or HR, outside consultant, and supervisor or manager. After we gathering all data, after we done the job analysis, this is used for make a job description and job specification. After that, job description and specification is used for EEO or equal employment opportunity, HR planning, recruiting, selection, compensation, training, performance management, health, safety and security, and lastly, employer and labor relation. The next question is, what is the purpose of job analysis? So like I said in the figure explanation, the purpose of job analysis is to create job description and specification. Other information maybe can be provided in the job analysis is like work activities and behavior, performance standard, and knowledge, skill, ability, or key SA needed in an organization or a company, and many so on. After that, the question is, what is the competency-based job analysis? Competency-based job analysis means describing the job in terms of the measurable, observable behavioral competency, like knowledge, skill, or behavior that an employee doing that job must exhibit to do the job well. I will explain to you guys stage of a job analysis process. This start with the planning the job analysis, which is we need to identify the objective of job analysis and get the top management support. After that, the second stage is preparing for a introducing job analysis, which is a process identify job and methodology and process of communicate this to manager or employee. The third stage is conducting the job analysis. So the process of this stage is gathering data, review and compile data. The first stage is developing job description and job specification by the data that we get on the third stage. And the last stage is maintaining and updating job description and job specification by periodically review all jobs. The method that we can do to gathering data of job analysis is observation, interviewing, questionnaire, computerized system, and many so on. So after we learn worker, job, and job analysis in chapter 4. This chapter teaches me about how important to balance job with a work life. They also teach me advantage of force composition, that's more diversity nowadays. And after read this chapter, I know how important to put the right people in the right place or job person match, so it will retain key employee and reduce turnover. I'm also learn about state process of job analysis, the purpose of job analysis, which is to create job description and specification. And lastly, I learn about the method that can be used for a job analysis. So in conclusion, balancing job work life is need to be done by an organization. This all can be done if organization do a job analysis and job design. So job analysts know what is needed in the organization and balance it with the employee work life. The purpose of it is to enhance, develop, or increase the performance both for organizational and individuals. This is also done to create a high job satisfaction and retaining a key employee. Diversity in the workforce composition also need to be done because the diversity will give a good impact for an organization. If I'm being a manager, I will apply the lesson that I get today topic to do a job analysis, so I would know what knowledge, skill, ability, or KSA that is needed in my organization, and I would increase the performance of my employee that will lead my organization to success. Thank you for watching. Bye.